This video is sponsored by Squarespace. It's 6:30 a.m. I am in my city of Hiroshima, shooting a bit locally today. I have the Sony a7C II with this new Sirui 35mm F1.4 lens on it. They sent it to me to have a try, and looks like a quite promising lens for the price. So yeah, I'll just shoot with it today and hopefully take some good shots. There is something I like here with this little van on the foreground, the parking sign, and the building in the background that is nicely hit by some golden light with the very soft blue sky. Looks pretty nice. I just jump into APS-C crop mode to have a 50mm field of view, and that's what it looks like. I'm shooting this one at different exposure because I don't know exactly how much I can recover in terms of highlights. So I take 3 different shots at 0, -1 and -2, and I'll see which one I prefer. I rarely do any HDR composite with stacking 2-3 images, so I'll take the one that is closest to the final result I want. The light is very nice here, coming from the right side with the 3 different little elements like the flags waving. It's very dynamic, and I'm waiting for someone to walk into that little sun pocket, or yeah, I mean that part that is really nicely hit by the light. Here they're getting ready for the fall matsuri, and all these little crates will be used as seats. And this is the stage for the Kagura performance. I will probably come, I think it's tomorrow and the day after. But here there is a nice pattern style picture to take. Here I saw these 3 identical buses neatly lined up, and this is the kind of trigger I have to shoot photos when walking the streets. The rule of 3 applies, 3 same subjects for good visual balance. Is this a great shot? I don't know. It's decent, but I think this is very good to have this kind of triggers when doing photography. You want to react and shoot these scenes regardless of the end result. Having a series of triggers like that will ensure that you keep a flow and a momentum during your photo walks. Getting bad shots is not something bad in my opinion, but not lifting up your camera and not taking photos is something you want to avoid because it will put you out of your photo walk very easily. Love this tree. I think this is new. I haven't seen these boats before. Can we catch the boats and bah voilà. Here it's even better. A good blend of vegetation, the boats and the castle right in the middle of the boat and the greens. Pretty cool. Again, some nice 3 branches, and here I place the castle on the bottom third. Kind of make the composition more interesting. You would expect the castle to be right in the center, but no, you put it really right at the bottom, on that bottom third, and you leave plenty of space for that, for those tree branches. I think it looks pretty cool. Before moving on, I'll just take a minute to talk about Squarespace, who is kindly sponsoring this video. Squarespace is the solution for my own website and to run my online store. It is so easy to use, and you can create a beautiful website in minutes, connect with your audience, and sell anything from physical to digital products. What made me choose and stick to Squarespace is the simplicity in how it works and how you can really personalize your website, but also how it covers basically all my needs. This year, I expanded my offering on my site with the launch of an online course on photo editing, and I am so happy to have everything under the same website. It's easier to manage for me and better for the students that are not jumping around different platforms to access the course content. You don't need any coding or web design knowledge. Building a website from scratch is very easy, smooth, and even enjoyable, I would say. They also have high quality templates, so you can begin designing your website on a solid foundation and customize it later as you like to fit your style and visual identity. Squarespace is the perfect solution for both growing and established online businesses, running a blog, or simply having a portfolio presented the way you like it. So you can head over to squarespace.com for a 14-day free trial, and when you're ready to launch your website, go to squarespace.com/Adrian to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for the support, and now we can get back to the video. There is a shot here that I want to recreate. I took a photo here a while ago when it was overcast with the castle in the background. There was someone smoking here, but I think he was more around this area. I want to recreate that shot in these kind of sunny conditions, so today could be the day, so I will wait a little longer here. This lens is interesting because it's almost like having two lenses. It's a 35mm f1.4 prime that is quite big, but it's almost like having a 35 and a 50mm at the same time, because it is 35mm f1.4. You jump into crop mode, it becomes a 50-ish millimeter f2 point something, so you still have some potential for bokeh, and the clarity, the sharpness, and the micro contrast is so good that if you take a shot at 50mm, so with the APS-C crop mode, and you use a little bit of resolution enhancement on Lightroom, it would look almost like if it was taken with a proper native 50mm lens. So yeah, it is very versatile despite the form factor, and especially despite being a prime lens, it is quite versatile, I think. I try to position myself to close gaps and to have the least amount of little things popping out of the big torii. It's nice now, there's the guard giving authorization to people going in. He's in the light. There's this tree in the middle that catches the light better than the ones that are next to him. I noticed the potential for pretty layered composition here, with the wooden structures from the building in the foreground, bringing warmth and structure, guiding the eye toward the castle gate and the three people walking across the frame. Once again, the rule of three applies, and I got pretty lucky here. I also like how the traditional building contrasts with the modern city in the background, and also the color contrast with the orange from the wood on the left and the nice blue sky. A taxi or someone riding a bike or bicycle going through the light here could look nice, so I will wait a couple of minutes to see if it happens.
I'm afraid to step in. Your door's open.
I want to show you this shot that I shamefully failed with lenses that open up to f1.4 like this one. I like to use the wide aperture to play with the bokeh, but more in the foreground. Here I wanted to focus on the walker in the background, having the one in the foreground blurred but still bringing structure and depth to the frame. But I messed up my focus and did not hold my tracking focus when I pressed the shutter. the focus went on the subject closer to the camera. It is purely my mistake, and because of the wide aperture, now the background is so blurred that this shot doesn't make any sense.
I won't let you down now. I won't let you down with my love.
Just saw this car parked at the bottom of this parking, and there's a temple behind. I like this kind of scenes. You can play with this as a bit of a foreground, not too much. Focus on the car. Make sure we are not blowing out these highlights. I shoot also one straight on. Using this F1.4 a little bit with intention, but also because sometimes it just looks cool. Here the guy stopped right where I wanted, more on the right side, but still far enough from the deep shadow coming from the right edge. I like the big empty space we have on the left to make this frame look more minimal and simple to read. It also helps at provoking this sense of loneliness and solitude here. And the structure of the wall itself, with these triangular windows pointing down, just make it a tad more interesting. And by the way, it's the first POV style video that I shoot using the new DJI Osmo Nano. It is so convenient, light, and just perfect for my use case. I put on the magnetic pendant and I can get this very nice POV angle without the use of any chest mount or other system that is either too noticeable or just uncomfortable to wear for a long time. I think I just need to try different sharpening settings, because here I feel like everything that is far away in the distance is not sharp enough. Compared to my GoPro 11, everything close up is much better, and this camera is very well suited for vlogging, showing what you do in smaller spaces and talking to the camera, I think. I just hope to find a better sharpness settings to make these shots with more things in the distance a bit more pleasing to watch. Here the light was very nice, at the perfect angle and matching with the overall tones of this scene, the muted orange and the bold reds working well together. And then the old guy chilling on his camping chair was just a cherry on top. I first took the portrait version, I was pretty happy with it, but then I moved, I changed my angle and tried a straight-on landscape orientation shot, placing the pole right in the middle to divide the frames into two halves. It worked very nicely. I love the symmetry, the muted tones and the old man's posture. Relaxed, confident, really like he belongs to this spot.